Hello and welcome
Oh,
to Future Auto Solutions. You can see on the screen here a recent customer feedback that we received that they're selling a car. Do you receive feedback like this? How do you get feedback like this? That's what we want to talk about today on Future Auto Solutions. So I want to bring in my co-host, Gordy. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Good, good, good. Now, obviously, we're in the middle of COVID-19, and what we really want to talk about is cars sold during this period, how and why we use Facebook, and the sort of the reasons why we were able to get feedback as positive as we just displayed as we opened the video. So why don't you start with four cars? How did we get access to the four cars to actually sell first off?
Okay. So yeah, it's been a positive week. Four cars sold. And obviously, as you've seen, great feedback on Facebook. Four cars, different actually, four different areas which it came from. Two cars, which was my own stock, which obviously we purchased in just before COVID started. Um, and then there was actually two other ones due to sourcing from my local network of dealers. Um, it was they were able to they're working, obviously the workshops are open, so I was still able then to get access and work away with their stock. um you see on Facebook, obviously we'll get into it talking about more, but I would get an awful lot of requests and people asking, can you find me, or have you anything in stock and stuff, because when you go back through the page, you don't, unlike most auto trader, or you delete the ad when you've sold the car, where the beauty of Facebook is it remains so people can see, okay, this is what he sells, this is his stock profile, and this is how things work. So I always leave it on, and it keeps the sort of people coming back and asking for new referrals. Can you find me, and vehicle sourcing and stuff like that. It just gives you another avenue then for creating new business.
So in essence, it's cars you've had in stock that and again, right, for those who haven't watched before, this is a solopreneur who is leveraging Facebook to sell cars. Future Auto Solutions, we're here to elevate the car buying experience for customers and also for dealerships. And what we want to try and show and illustrate is, yes, car dealerships are closed today, but there are ways that you can actually sell cars, and customers want cars and are actively trying to buy cars. So how do you provide them opportunities and ways to engage so that they can actually purchase that car? So
Absolutely.
two aspects, like you said: owners, cars that you've got yourself, other dealerships are
Yeah.
bringing stock to you. And so let's sort of put a context to these four cars, because we've said that we've sold them, this last
Yeah.
week. When did you advertise those cars?
So two cars I didn't even advertise. So there was no cost incurred for those, which is great. And the other two, I actually they went on advertised for about a week and a half past. So I received the two cars in. I was waiting for the cars to be prepared, which is the challenge at the minute, because you've got body shops who aren't really fully functioning yet. You have mechanics who aren't fully functioning yet, and validators. So you're juggling times, and the speed of getting those cars ready, prepped, and actually for sale is being hindered by COVID. So let's put that out there. That is a
Mm-hmm.
challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, speaking to the body shops and speaking to the workshops, they're ready and willing for the work. So it's about being able to book yourself in with them, and provide them with cars, and obviously it gets everything moving again. So I got those two cars on, maybe, if we're talking, maybe sort of 9 days ago. Got them advertised, Facebook. Actually, two identical cars, just different colors. And then I just ran the deal. So structured the finance deal, as you showed last week, obviously on the Facebook structure and ads, the photographs pictured the right way, the same way, consistency. And then the finance option, with the sort of low monthly payment, low deposit, and then obviously the features of the cars. So they went on over the weekend of last week, and then they gathered a bit of momentum and interest sort of the beginning of the week.
No, that's great. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
whenever you say 10 days, that's before you put the cars on Facebook? Is
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's just
absolutely,
again just
yeah,
trying to set things up for the time frame of people. Okay, so 10
yeah.
days then from 9 days from the moment they went on Facebook to they actually sold, where the customers drove them away.
Actually gone, yeah, gone.
Yeah, yeah.
the arranged an appointment. You showed there the review from the customer that went up, the one that obviously. So she lived quite a bit away. Obviously, it's Portrush, so it's quite a distance. So it was a matter of me taking the car to the customer and going a wee bit out of my way, meeting them and seeing their praising their car and taking that down the line. So again, you're overcoming the hurdles of the social distancing about people not being able to sort of dig it out and come into the office and different things like that. But it is just proof in the pudding that, if you work at it and think a wee bit outside the box, you can continue operating and continue making profit and continue selling cars. A great example is, I sold two cars from one of my local dealers who's a big operation, has multiple showrooms in Belfast, but they're closed. Sales are closed, so they can't operate. But the managing director was like, I can't believe you're still operating and making money and making things happen, in these situations. But again, it's just about, customer has a need to contact me just through, and they're coming to me from the feedback and the reviews and the people who are on my page, and they're building trust without me even knowing me or meeting me firstly,
Yeah.
so all that is the work put in before is starting to sort of, bear fruit from in the situation where dealerships are closed and, the options are little. So obviously, if I'm able to keep functioning and provide a service,
And the
then,
beautiful thing,
it's
like you
great.
mentioned, right? So you're actually not having to advertise to the cars that you sold. You didn't
No,
even advertise. Actually,
absolutely.
your customers are doing the advertising for you. And such a
Absolutely.
change in mindset, right? Whenever you think of the traditional approach to Facebook, how Facebook's managed by car dealerships, how car dealerships advertise cars, right? There is the traditional approach, but actually this empowers the customer. This allows the customer to come to you with, can you get me this? And that changes the whole dynamic of the whole negotiation, because actually what you're doing is you're finding them what they want. You're then able to position the price based on a contract hire, where then they're able to assess the price. Is that price work for me? And then they make a decision. They're empowered. They're making a decision, sitting at home, eating their dinner. We've talked about this for the last 2 weeks, right? But in essence, you've changed the whole position. I was watching a video this morning all about how a car showroom functions. The purpose of the sales manager to ensure that actually that manager allows the sales associate to negotiate a price, and then basically to the end of the day, this is what he's called the closer, right? Where you just,
Yeah,
that person goes
absolutely.
out to close the deal. This is the price, you got to take it. That whole mechanism is being changed right now with COVID, and potentially car dealerships may have to change their approach as they go forward, where it is customers, you are empowering customers, you are allowing customers to come forward. This is the price that I want to pay. How much
Yeah.
negotiation did you have to go through whenever you put your car price out there? Or these people came to you and you said, here's the car, here's the price? How much negotiation took place?
Zero. And that's not me being,
Yeah,
that is legitimately, the difference when someone's coming to you and they're telling you the information. And it goes back a long time when I first started in sales. I learned from a guy who, it was all about controlling and doing your qualification of a customer, of finding out the needs, their budget. And it's so important, and when someone's coming you to tell you, can you find me a car? The first question is, okay, is it a monthly budget? What is your budget? Have you trade in? Is there finance outstanding in that? And when you get all that information and you go back to the customer and you take all them boxes, it's too late for them to start going, oh, well, is there
right,
money to come off that? Because they've
right,
told you,
right.
can you find me a car for this money? You find them a car, and then that's it. The bells are rung, and
But it's a win-win.
and
It's a
yeah,
win-win,
absolutely,
right?
absolutely, absolutely. It's not me being smart or being,
Right.
at the end of the day, they've come to me with a need. I fulfilled their need because they're looking for this car. They're pregnant, or they need to change the size of their car, and they're worried about the time frame. COVID's, it's going to push sales down the line. How can I get this sorted out? I've got a trade in. Can you take trade ins? They owe more than what it's worth? All these questions they're asking me, not as a salesman, trying to tell them, they're asking me the questions, and then very simply and without, complications, I can break it all down very fast and let them see where they are. And then I go and source a car through my network of dealers that, in the end of the day, I'm selling the car for them. They're paying me a fee for doing it, and I'm getting the finance commission. And the customer's going away, leaving great feedback, and also, Steve, which is a massive thing, they trade in. So I'm gaining stock, which isn't at the minute you cannot get because the auctions are closed or the
Hmm.
transportation's not working. So you're actually recycling business. You're getting another car to start to get the prepared, and the sort of moves on, and the chain goes down the line, So
Yeah.
um,
And
it's really
it's
positive.
yeah, no, and if you think about it, right, so you think car dealerships who have all that stock sitting on their forecourts or off site currently today, this is sitting there that's costing
Absolutely.
them money, right? And you're able to turn over cars through this process in 20 days, right? 20
Yeah.
days, that's incredible during this moment. And the other thing I really want to sort of touch on was, you think about the sales buying, the whole point of people, car dealerships, where they market, the way they market an auto trader, where they put here's the price, what it is. Everyone expects it in a negotiation, right? They
Hmm.
also advertise local newspapers on Facebook. They showcase all these different things. What the whole
Yeah.
intent is to get someone to walk in or get an email to follow up the leads. What
Absolutely.
what this process does is eliminate that. It brings in motivated buyers
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Yeah. And not only does it bring in motivated buyers, it actually overtly brings in all their friends and family because they're on their Facebooks and they're coming and they're seeing, the interaction, and to me, I mean, the thing about it is, I was driving down. You'd be aware of it, Boucher Road. So it's an area in Belfast where it's multiple car dealerships everywhere, all closed, hundreds of cars all parked up. And they went from March, which is a plate change, and the talk is it's going to be September before sales are back, so it's going to be another plate change. The amount of money that's been sucked out of them dealerships, actually just in valuation of the car, never mind stock and charges, and it's absolutely massive. And I'm sitting here, and I'm going into my last week in the month, and I'm actually right on budget to do before what I said at the start of the year, before what I thought COVID was going to be.
Hmm.
You know, I'm sitting here with 1 week to go, knowing I'm going to ring that bell and I know I'm going to do where I want to be.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely, I'm grateful and thankful. But it's
Yeah.
just it's the power of what we're doing.
No,
So
it is, and so therefore, if anyone's watching this who either owns a dealership, as a used car salesperson, is a salesperson who's currently out of a job. I mean, ask yourself these questions. What other methodology allows you to keep active, to fulfill customer needs, and also then has customers coming to you? Can you give me this? Can you do this for me? Because when you do that, to your point, and what we've witnessed and what we are seeing, the amount of feedback we get, the customer support that we get, the amount of referrals. I mean, how much
yeah,
do you pay for a customer referral to a friend, to a family member? It's incredible. I just want to pull up one
yeah,
more. Well, we've got two, but I'm going to pull up this one at the moment, Gordy, where basically, this is where someone is basically giving you feedback and saying you went out of your way, 5 star, couldn't become higher recommended, and it's like you can't buy this sort of feedback.
no. And to be fair, I mean, it actually astonishes me too. People, it is really encouraging and it builds you up actually. Um, Not only does it give people, my future customers, confidence, and it gives me a legitimacy. I think that's a word, I'm not sure, but if you understand what I mean,
Yeah.
but it also encourages me too. I mean, when you do these things and you do go that extra mile. I mean, the girl who left that message for me, I was actually she contacted me through someone introduced me, and it was for her daughter who was just passing her test. And it was a whole experience. It was exciting. It was, and again, it was about making it easy, about finding the right car. And that's another one where I found her a car and, was able to source it locally without me incurring any, cost of buying car, no outlay. And
Hmm.
again, it's more we'll talk about down the line, Steve, about, the business model and how,
Yeah.
you can set up and get moving and start doing things for yourself without capital and without, a big investment. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but I mean, as you say, and that feedback stays on there. It doesn't go anywhere. It's
Yeah.
it's there, and
So
and it's
so let's sort of take that to pull at that thread a little bit more, right? So
yeah,
if I'm a car salesman who's currently out of a job, or I am a somebody who's interested in starting this myself, is
Yeah,
that, do you think there's a business model there where I can actually go to these car dealerships, I can offer a service that basically is, I will sell you a car and we will split a profit, or we will, some way mutually benefit for each
absolutely.
other, right? Where basically you provide
Absolutely.
this service.
Well, I mean, I started this, what, coming 3 years now. So, and I was in the exact same position as you're just talking about there. I was at crossroads of deciding what my next move was going to be. I really had a passion to start this on my own, but again, the normal constraints of, especially in the car trade, you need licenses, you need finance, being able to sell finance, you need, capital to buy stock, or the thing about it is that us salesmen who've been in the motor trade, 10 years, 5 years, you've been grounded, trained by manufacturers, taught how to do your trade, um, and what you do without you actually noticing, you build a network of people and in the motor trade, and especially Northern Ireland's very small, and you learn. So it's about connecting with people. And when you go to a managing director or an owner and say, look, listen, I'm going to move your cars, I'm going to help you turn your stock, it's not going to cost you a penny. And all you're going to need to do is we'll negotiate and come up with a fee that you pay me, or you pay a percentage of the profit. And also, and what you've got from day one is stock that you can sell, that you can offer. And that's how the cycle begins. You start, and that's how it all starts to build. You sell a few, you get income coming back in, and it's about building that up until you're in a position then to maybe buy one or two cars, or you end up actually getting someone who, it's amazing how doors open.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you start doing things right and you start to, build on your Facebook page. So, I would love it, and we've discussed this. Someone who is looking to sort of start out, or is maybe just started and struggling, or started and not getting the traction that he needs, jump on board, and we'll try and help them out and try and really sort of, and it'll only be, a few phone calls, nothing intrusive, but it's just about, seeing best practices. And, sometimes it can be the things staring us in the face that we aren't doing
Mm-hmm.
that really sort of make the difference.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. No, it's a great point. And so, yeah, so if anyone wants to reach out to us, whether you're a car owner, a dealership owner,
yeah,
and you're really looking to say, well, how can I leverage what we're doing for their dealership? I mean, reach out to us and we'll do a 15-minute consult with those folks and
absolutely.
actually show them, here's the Facebook page, here's how we set it up, here's the communications that we use, full transparency. Or if you're looking to set this up for yourself, again, reach out, free 15-minute consult where we will share. And viewers maybe watch this going, well, okay, well, why aren't you sharing your Facebook page? Because in essence, the reason we're not doing that is because there's an algorithm within Facebook, and if we had all people going to this Facebook page, we don't know how that will mess with the customer and how Facebook uses and searches all those different
Yeah,
things. So we're just very cautious on that fact. But when we get on one-on-one consult, we'll actually show you, here's the Facebook page, and obviously
yeah,
we'll trust that you won't then go and like and share and all the rest of it, so that you don't mess with our algorithms. But in essence,
yeah.
we're very open to actually illustrating and showing what come up. So look, this is obviously I think a great resource where I think people at the moment can really use. I think there are salespeople out there who are perhaps not able to sell, not generating income. This is perhaps something that they could do. And, I think as we sort of look, what is the future of car sales? What is the future of dealerships? All indicators are it is going to switch more to an online sales model. It will be more customer interaction. It will be customer
Yeah,
based. Customers are going to be actually coming to people and asking them for I need this, I know that, and this is what I'm prepared to pay. Like many other
yeah,
businesses, and I think the car dealership model is going to be disrupted through this process or through COVID. So if you're watching and you're looking at this, well, what are you going to do, right? Are you going to reach out and you're going to chat with us? Are you going to, take that step? You're in control of that destiny, and you're in the control, and perhaps this is the opportunity when things are closed, where car dealerships may not be open and may not be selling. Are you prepared to take that step where you can create something for yourself, where you can work for yourself and be your own leader and be your own driver of what your future looks like? So if that is the case, do reach out to us. And again, if you are a used car dealership, used cars I think is probably the one where it's a little easier to get at, but that's not to say the model doesn't
absolutely.
work for new cars
New
also.
cars. Yeah,
But do feel free to reach out to us and let us help you. There we
Perfect.
go. There we go. All right, look, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, reach out to us. The actual email address you can reach us at is on the screen. So do reach out to us, and we'll be back next week. Thank you, Gordy.
No problem. Thank you. Have a good day, mate.
Cheers.